Nice horse. What a way to start our day. So we're starting our day here in Las Cruces, New Mexico with a big giant chili. And yeah, been a great trip so far. We're trying to make our way to Texas today. And where I want to go right now is they have pretty interesting creation on top of a hill. And I want to go see it. So that's where we're headed to now. Daze with Jordan the Lion, it begins right now. Oh, and pardon me, Dearly Departed Online is along for the trip too, so if you're not a subscriber, go subscribe to Dearly Departed Online. Scott Michaels.
I'm Josh sitting for a second. Me and Jar are keeping Jordan company on this one.
You were not what I was looking for either, but I'll give you some camera time too. So there it is, that's what we came to take a look at. It's a Roadrunner, and it's a very, very big Roadrunner, but it's not an average Roadrunner. Let me show you. Ja came along too, didn't you, Ja? You're gonna see the Roadrunner. If you take a close look at it, you'll notice that it is made out of recycled parts of everything. I'm seeing part of the guts of this thing where the feathers are all starting over here. You can see Samsung, and you can see crutches, and you can see cameras and Sega Genesis up there. I kind of like that kind of stuff, you know. Repurposed art. And there, those are all shoes. What do you think, Ja? Are you impressed with the Roadrunner? We're gonna head off to El Paso now. You ready to go? Scott has a wonderful shirt on, no spoilers today. No spoilers! Kind of cool the view from up here. There's hiking trails that we're at the top of, but you can see right down into Las Cruces. Pretty cool. I admire people's ability to create art, and this is certainly an interesting piece of art. And it's right at a truck stop, so a lot of people see it every day. Leaving New Mexico, that must mean that we are entering Texas. And right there is the Welcome to Texas star.
The Lone Star.
Yeehaw! All right, we are one step closer to our final destination. Check out the El Paso Trading Post. War Eagles Air Museum. We have just entered the Franklin Mountains. So we are pulling into a place. I'm not actually gonna vlog this. I'm just gonna show you. Scott's gonna vlog it on his channel, so go check out his channel. I'll show you just briefly because I vlogged it once before, but this is Fort Bliss Cemetery. We're gonna visit a veteran who we all know from a really great television show. Here he is, Sherman Hemsley, George Jefferson, neighbor to Archie Bunker. He was in the Air Force. If you'd like a whole vlog on this, just look him up on my channel, but like I said, Scott's doing one as well. And that's the border wall right there to Juarez. Cruising down through a little bit of downtown El Paso. We are on El Paso Street. I just had to show this western corner, this store right here. I thought that was a great sign. I buy my Levi's here. And we are back on the 10 en route to our next stop of the day. We found a great rest stop I wanted to show you guys. They're all teepees, little picnic tables under them. They only have 3, but I'll take 3. And Jaw gets to hang out in a teepee again. We did that for his birthday one year. Get your peeing and resting in at the rest area. So we made it to Van Horn, Texas, a place called Chewy's, and I wanted to come here because they have a famous John Madden Hall of Fame. Take a look at this. Look over here, you've got all kinds of signed photos. Chuck Norris, Dwight Yoakam, Clint Black. Let's go inside the John Madden room. Here's the John Madden room. I remember John Madden from when I was a kid. He always, I mean, of course he was a football coach for the Raiders, but he was also doing a lot of TV broadcasts and everything. And I remember he used to always travel by bus because he didn't like to fly. Ernie Shavers. So take a look at this. That's great. They have a mural over here of the restaurant, and over in the corner is the John Madden Cruiser bus pulling into the parking lot over there. How cool is that? There's Anthony Munoz. Here's a signed picture to Chewy's from John Madden. It says, "To Chewy's, my favorite place." And here he is. The day he pulled in. When I found out there was a little restaurant here that paid homage to John Madden, I just had to come. I remember him from all those commercials and everything from my youth. Alright, on to Marfa, Texas. This is trapped in time, I love it. There's our sign for Marfa. We are now on the 90 East. So we are really close. Believe it or not, we have been looking at this for quite a while, next to nothing. But there's a museum right off to the side of the road. Very unconventional museum. So here we are at Marfa Prada. And the unique thing about this Prada is they don't want your money. This is a roadside museum. Not only do they not want your money for any merchandise that's inside, they don't want your money even to go in the museum because it's completely sealed off. Nobody can go in. Kind of a unique idea, but they do have, look at that. It's a little Prada museum with no door handles. I guess in 2014 this was kind of like an art piece and it was made a museum and no one can mess with it now. So now you can see on the fence going all the way around it, people put love locks going all the way around, and people are constantly stopping to check this out, as you can see with them leaving and some of these people coming and going. But now we're off to see one of Scott Michael's bucket list items. So supposedly that is, I believe I read that was the Border Patrol blimp out there. It was always a bucket lister of mine to come here, and now I get to bring Scott Michaels. He also has always wanted to see this. This is the windmill, Jet Rink's windmill from the movie Giant, George Stevens' Giant, with Rock Hudson, Elizabeth Taylor, and James Dean. We are in Little Riata, and if you look out there, you can see the windmill. I actually got access to it last time I was here. I got to walk out to it. Right over here is the sign for Little Riata. And then they have a tribute to Giant out here with these giant murals. I showed them once before, I'm showing them again because they're freaking awesome. And they have a solar panel out here that charges the music so that it plays Mike Nesmith's music. So there's Elizabeth Taylor. Look at that, isn't that great? So cool. James Dean right over here. Jet Rink. The story is that he is a worker for Bic Benedict, who is Rock Hudson, who's driving that car. And Bic's sister ends up leaving him property, and he strikes oil. And Bic wants that property to stay in the family, so he doesn't want Jet Rink to have it. So he's been trying to buy the property. Jet doesn't want to sell the property. He doesn't even know there's oil on it, but he doesn't want to sell it because he figures that's land is worth everything. So that's kind of the story of the movie. And then look at that, they have a little mural stand-up of Big Riata with Elizabeth Taylor on the horse while they're filming it. Neat. This is a must-see for anyone, I feel like. Like I said, I've been here once before, but so cool to get to come out here again. The last time I was here, I was able to call and they gave me access, so I think Scott's trying to call and see if they'll let him go over there. He just wants to touch that windmill that James Dean climbs up in the movie. That's so great to see. When I came here before, I sent him photos and he said then, that's my dream to see that place. So cool that we could incorporate it into our trip. That's the Jet Rink windmill behind him. So just to show you how big of a fan Scott is, the tattoo on his arm is what they have the mural of right there. Take a look at that. Look who's looking out the door here. Giving us the peace sign right there by Elizabeth Taylor. Now he's off to the Riata sign. There's Scott getting ready to walk through the little Riata. That's so cool. I know he's ecstatic right now. Now we're hoping to go out and show Scott the shell of the real Riata. That one where the real one was. There it is, way out there to the right. The shell of Riata. Even though we've been showing you a lot of Marfa already, it was all in the outskirts of Marfa, so now we're heading into town. We're gonna take a look at some of the great art in town and the hotel that they all stayed at when they filmed Giant. Look at the dining bus over there. Oh wow. Dining car. The auto parts store. It's pretty good. Like if you look on top of the building to the left, you can see it says Hotel Pizzano, and that's where they all stayed. Right over here. Very cool. I've stayed here before, but it was totally booked up, so we couldn't stay this time. It's even pet friendly, which is awesome, and unfortunate that we couldn't get into to do it again, but this is what the town, I feel like, is, or really should be remembered for. And what's cool is right across the street, that's the Palace Theater. They used to watch the dailies there. They rented that out, and while they were filming in the evening time, the actors would come over, the ones that were invited to come over and watch the dailies with George Stevens. It's a cool little town. Right here's a picture from the production. In this room they have a little museum that I've shown before in my Giant vlog. And then look at the Wall of Fame, all the actors from Giant. They took over this hotel for the filming. All the actors stayed here and everything. Even James Dean, they have a James Dean room. Just beautiful, isn't it? Dennis Hopper, James Dean, Elizabeth Taylor. And look at that, that's Vic Benedict. That's Rock Hudson on his horse with Riata in the background. That's where we just were at out there. That's what the shell that we saw, the bare bones of it is all that's left. Everything else is withered away over 70 years. There's George Stevens. I love that production sign right there. Isn't that great? Well, I think our time in Marfa's done. Time to go hit our hotel, which is about an hour and a half away. Well, I think we're gonna call it a day. That guy has had a long day of driving, and we have a lot to do tomorrow. Have a great night, everyone. John, do you want to say goodbye? Have a great night, everyone. And goodbye from Texas.